Okay, sorry about that. Alright. Welcome, everybody. How is everyone doing out there tonight? We are just waiting for the wonderful Rosette to clear the building. We are almost there. Well, I'm gonna move the mount because we're moving it. I was just off by a little bit because what happens is when you get too close to the building, the the finder is like bright, super bright. So I'm just waiting for the building to just get the heck out of the way. Just moving the scope just a slight bit more. Oh, too much. Whoa. Right about there. Right where we need to be, so we just gotta wait. I was hoping it was gonna clear the building by 8:30. I was off by a little bit. Now what you're looking at, if you're new, is the top left is my finder, which is a Meade DSi, and this is a monochrome camera. The bottom left is actually, you know, I gotta change that. Eesh. Even though I was out early, I still didn't get enough time to get what I needed to get done naturally. But the good thing is the new hub works, and we are in great shape. So I am very happy about that we are in awesome shape. There we go. Take a quick exposure just to see where we are on the bottom right, just to see what's going on. I think I gotta flip the filter to hydrogen alpha, because right now I think it's on just regular. And I think I gotta move it just a slight bit. Yeah, because the middle of the rosette is just about there, so I gotta move this just up. But it's almost in the middle, so almost there. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Let's see what it does. Yep, we're going in the right direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what that does. I did get both cameras oriented. Well, not oriented, but I got them both to look in the same direction, which is great. Now I don't have to worry about one being at the bottom and one being at the top. They're both looking at the same thing, which is what I wanted, which is nice. So now let's take a picture of the one on the left. The one on the left, I'm just going to take a 10-second exposure just to see where we are in both of them. Let's take a look. Yep, perfect. And that's the building. That's the building right there. Ah, crazy building. All right, let me flip the filter. I'm not sure if I'm on hydrogen alpha or not. Let me see. Okay. Perfect. I flipped the filter. Now we're going to probably have to refocus, which that's not a big deal to me. Take a look. Yeah, it's off by just a little bit here. And now we're focusing. Oh, going the wrong way. Wrong way. Whoa, yeah, that's definitely the wrong way. It's the camera on the right-hand side, so you're going to notice the stars going out of focus. So now we're getting them in focus now. There we go. That should be... That's perfect right there. Let's take a look at the actual focus. Let's see. 23. That's perfect right there. Okay. Now let's pull up the guider. Color, good. Please connect to the mount. Yes! Excellent. Knock on wood, so far, no problems. This is great. So far, we are golden. Now let's see if it'll recognize... Oh, and it'll recognize it. Nice! Oh, beautiful. Alright. And now we wait. And now we wait for the guider. What I'll do is I'm going to pull up the actual guider scope. I'm going to pull that up. Let's see. Star profile. There you are. Right. Alright, so everything is pulled up, which is great. Alright. So what it's doing right now, again, if you're new, it is just calibrating the guider right now. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go left, it's going to go right. And then it's just moving it step by step. So this way it knows how much for error correction for the guider. The noise that you hear is the furnace. So the noise is loud. It'll kick off in a second because I had the door open because I was walking back and forth. So right now it's on, but it's going to turn off temporarily. Alright. And now it's going to go, it just did its west and east. Now it's going to clear the backlash. And then we're going to do north and south, which there it goes. So now that star up at the top, it's going to start moving left, and then it's going to go right. So how's everybody doing out there tonight on a wonderful Friday night? And Michael, you want to know how I put it together? OBS. OBS is everybody's best friend. With OBS, you can actually do different layouts. You can do, like, you know, window capture, browser capture. You can have like 6 or 7 different like things, and you can just add them together. So instead of like what you do is like if you were to pull up a window like I did in the past, you have to minimize the window. So I can work in the background and still have everything showing up. So I can, like, you know, surf the web. I can go and do something, but you won't see it because I'm using window capture to use different windows. As long as I have them pulled up, that's the biggest thing. If it's not pulled up, then it's just going to sit there standard. So OBS. It's the heck is the name of it? It's Online Broadcasting Systems or something like that. OBS. And I've learned to use it, and it's really, really nice. I mean, I can't go wrong with it. And what I'm using here is I'm using a dual PC. So I'm using 2 laptops. One to do the heavy lifting, which is to guider, cameras, everything that's imaging on one laptop, and I'm sending a virtual screen over to the other one, and then that one is just doing the streaming. So I can do 1080p because it's not one laptop running both of it. I can do 2 at the same time. The one that I'm running the astronomy with is 12 gig RAM, and then the one on the left is 8 gig RAM, and that seems to be working extremely well. I haven't had any super huge problems since I did it. I have 100-foot cables for Ethernet running from the router to here, so it's 100 feet. And both of them are plugged in, and both of them are running off the internet, which I was running Wi-Fi earlier in 2018, and it didn't work. So now we're running perfectly through this, and I haven't had any severe problems. Knock on wood, haven't had any severe problems. So right now we're doing the south step right now. It just finished the northern calibration, and we should be ready to go and start taking images. Now, I haven't done the Rosette in almost 4 years. It's been a long time since I've done this. I don't know what I should use for an exposure. Now, keep in mind, the Canon 1000D, it is modified. So I should be able to pull out some detail. We do have light pollution. I'm in the red scale, or the red zone for the Bortle scale. So it's 1800% light pollution over natural brightness. So I might not get a lot, but I should get something, which is good. And then for the QHY, that is a color camera. So with the color camera, you're only getting a little bit of, pixels. So we're going to see if guiding settles down here, and we're going to take a look and see for numbers. Oh, and then the furnace just kicked off. Excellent. Now you can hear me! Yay! So now we'll start it. Okay, so now the one on the right is going. Now, we'll stagger these two together. So that one's going to be 720. We're going to do 600 for this one. I can't make any guarantees what this one's going to turn out to be, but we could try. We'll try 200 ISO. Well, try 100 ISO just to see what it looks like. There we go. Now you got the Canon progress bar. So now you're going to be able to see the time and the percentage on both cameras as it's going at the same time. So we're at 0.57 for guiding. That's not terrible. You should easily pull out an 11 or 12 minute image without any problems at all. None. Visual magnitude on this. So this way everybody knows what the actual magnitude and everything. It is a 5.5 is the brightness on this. So it's fairly bright considering for nebulas. 5.5. Its diameter is 5,500 light years away. So you're going to be looking at something that is 5,500 years in the making. Which is crazy. And the diameter of this is 1. So guiding is nice. And this is actually really good only because the hub that I'm using now is exactly the same hub as what I was using last year and 2 years ago, and it died. So I was trying to use an older hub, then I got a hub, but it wasn't the right one, and it kept cutting out, so all my equipment wasn't working, and it sucked. But now we got the old hub back, well, new, version 2.0. And now it's working. So now we should be in good shape. And then the exposure on the one on the top left, that's 10 seconds. So you can actually see 10 seconds on the actual exposure time for that. But you can actually see it. So you can actually see the middle stars, that's the core. Like Michael said earlier, that is the core, and it looks very recognizable. If you have imaged this before, you'll know what it is. Each year, we keep getting better, and that is the best way to do it. Now again, if you're new to this channel on how this layout is, James, you've seen it. Venus, you saw it. Tanya, you saw it. Michael, you know how these work because you're an astronomer yourself. But for how this layout works is, again, the top left is my finder. That's what I use for a red dot finder. I use the actual camera to find objects in the sky. The Starry Night 7 is the program that I use for the astronomy program. So that's what I use. And it's connected through the telescope to the actual laptop. Then you have the guider. So you have the bullseye. You have the star profile, the numbers, which are in arc seconds. So that's how much the star is moving on the actual camera. The graph, you want both colors. You could choose any color you want, whether it's green, orange, red, purple, blue, whatever you want. You could change those two colors. Those two colors represent right ascension and declination. So it just shows how much error you have in the mount, how much that star is moving, and what it's doing to correct it. So you can see the lines that are going up, and you can see the lines that are going down. And that's what it's doing, is correcting it to get it as close to that line in the middle as possible all the way through. And then you have the two cameras, of course. You have the Canon 1000D and then the QHY 9C. And that is the two-pane window between the two of them so you can see the image. And I'll zoom in on this stuff too so you can really see the stars and see the detail when it does come up. Yes, it does teach patience. And I'm a father too, so that also teaches patience too. When something doesn't go right, you don't throw a temper tantrum. You don't go nuts. You get upset, but you know that there's always going to be another clear night. You always know that the stars are always going to be there. So it happens. And you just got to learn to just keep going. Most of us know that already. Hopefully that building cleared on the one on the left. Really hoping so. Okay, what do we got? Oh yeah, you can definitely see it. It's there. Bring it in here. Just playing with the histogram here. Let's see if I can... You can see it. Let's check the other one here. Zoom. Alright, so give me a second here. We got to play with the histogram here because this histogram is going to be big. How do the stars look? Corners look great. That's the middle core right there. What is it? That's not bad. That's really good. That's a 12-minute exposure. The stars look pretty good. I like it. I need a field flattener for this one. Shoot. Well, that'll be on the to-do list for next year, or for later this year. Yeah, I definitely need a field flattener for this. Oh well. There we go. Can you really see it now? The one on the left? I think you can definitely see it. Yeah, the one on the left looks really cool. It's purple only because I have a CLS filter in front of it. That's really cool. The center is like right in the middle. Definitely see it. Nice. Definitely like that. Then we'll be able to keep that and then let that go for a while and see. Let me go to fit to window. And then you can definitely see that one too. And they're not oriented the right way. I thought I had it the right way, but they're off by just a little bit. That's okay. That is so cool. That is really awesome. Sweet! Let's see what the stars are going to do here. Let's see. It got a lot darker, probably because it's moving away from that damn building. So it definitely got a lot darker. We're doing 10 minutes and 12-minute exposures, and we probably in about 45 minutes will probably increase the exposure time. Well, that image on the right finished. I didn't even notice it. Oops. I was paying attention to the chat and I didn't even see the image. Well, it's up, so. Now again, I'm shooting this with a colored camera, so it's not going to be spectacular on the one on the right until I actually extract the red and actually get the detail out of it and stack it. I do want to pull out. I want to see what the image looks like with the red extracted. I want to see it. Let's see what it looks like. and I'll pull it up. Because I'm interested to see what this looks like. Yeah, definitely the histogram is great. One line color red. Yes. I don't know why it did that, but you can actually see me do the actual stretching of the actual image on nebulosity. So you can actually see it. Stars look really good. The detail looks good too. Nice. Cool. But you're on Discord, which is awesome. Oh, that car was speeding. Yeah, getting some detail is definitely right. All I did was, that was one image, and all I did was extract the red just to see what it looked like. And it definitely is fantastic. Let's see how the stars are looking on the right. Still looking pretty darn good. Yeah, it's looking really good. I will let the image just continuously keep going because I think this one just finished. The one on the right just finished, so we'll see what the stars do. Yeah, it's definitely looking really good. Let's see what the right image does and see if it gets any darker. It should. It definitely should get a little bit darker. And it did. That's awesome. Let me zoom it out a little bit here. And the left one just finished, and I just saw that get better too. So what are we up to? We are on image number 6. So we've taken 50 minutes of the one on the left. And I think, what number is it? So now the image on the right is done. Alright, the one on the left is done. Looks really good. Alright, so we got 7. That's 7 of that one. and this one's gonna be done in about 2 minutes, like not even, like a minute and a half. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's literally, it's like a hop, skip, and a jump. It's really like right there. So